Hi everyone, welcome to Love Works. I am Stella. We're going to do an all signs tarot reading for you, and we're going to take a look at current energy more in the absolute near future rather than too far out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do Aries all the way through Pisces. The timestamps are below in the comments or in the description box underneath the More tab are the chapters, and also where you can find information about a personal reading. Okay, so let's get started and see what's going on. We're going to start this off. We're going to do Aries first and move our way through. All right, what do we have for Aries, please? What's going on with Aries? Energies out there, placements, and what can they expect? Near future energy. Aries. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Great energy. Fantastic energy. You do have Virgo energy at the bottom of the deck. The Hermit. Ooh, the Hermit is shining the light on the Ace of Pentacles. Something new, a new beginning, a new start, something that could really have a solid backbone, to move forward. Okay. So let's see. Let's take a look here. You also have Gemini, Sagittarius, and Taurus energy in this reading, if that means anything for you. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, there's definitely a new opportunity ahead here, Aries. So this is interesting because we're doing like what's in the immediate near future. So this is at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like this is saying, okay, so it's not like immediate. It's not in the next like few days or next 7 to 10 days. This will be something that is developing though, that is on its way toward you as an opportunity, showing as an opportunity, I would say within 30 days, or possibly Virgo season, which are we there yet? Let's see. I don't even know what the date is today. Almost there. Okay. Or are we there? Gosh, September. Yeah, all right. So like it's next 30 days, I would say. All right, so let's see. Yeah, this could absolutely be a romantic connection for some of you. All right, it does not have to be romance because we have an Ace of Pentacles. So this, just equate it to whatever situation would be something that you would value as a new start, a new opportunity. So that could be work and career. It could be some other type of situation, relocation, something like that. But for most of you, I feel like this is more in the romantic sector, although very leaning towards career as well. You have the Six of Cups here. So I do feel like there's soulmate energy here, Aries. I'm not going to lie. All right. There's soulmate energy showing up for you. So maybe it's career, but this is looking very soulmate-ish to me. Someone like making a plan, wanting to move forward with you. I feel like the ease in which this will unfold, will surprise you. There's an ease here. Now, you do have the Gemini card here, so very well could be a Gemini for you. If it is, I would say it's favored highly in this spread. Okay, so now keep in mind it is a general reading, so if you've met a Gemini who's a total jerk with lots of red flags, then no. But this is what's showing as like really working for you or flowing for you, that sort of thing. So it's like, now the other thing though, if it's not a Gemini for you specifically, then it's the Lover's card, which is about the choices that we make, the high discerning choices that we do make. And you have this Empress energy here. So this would be your like near future card. So, I mean, if it's a feminine, that you would be going for, if that makes sense for you, then absolutely, this is someone worth making a plan with, worth being patient and emotionally balanced and making the high vibrational choice to move towards this person. Okay, if that makes sense for you, if you would be moving toward a feminine. If that doesn't make sense, like you date masculines or what have you, then I feel like this message is more of in your immediate future. It's important, like highly important here, to hold this like high value. So when I say that, that doesn't mean like act like a princess and like, well, they better come to me and they better come to me with this and I want bonbons and something like that, right? It just means like hold yourself in high regard, high, know your value, know your worth. Also, too, the Empress is very nurturing. So it's not just about, oh, I know what I'm worth or I'm a catch, right? It's also, that's swagger, kind of, we're talking about inner confidence and value here that is going to pay off for you, right? And it's also like more that nurturing energy also of nurturing situations. Nurturing doesn't just mean people or taking care of children or something like that. Sometimes we really need to nurture ourselves, but also situations. That way we are nurturing like everything in the cosmic way, others, ourselves, the environment, everything, right? So it's like, it's definitely a very strong reading here of soulmate energy. Now, soulmate energy could be like that perfect job, right? That perfect opportunity that's coming toward you. But for many of you, I feel like it's an actual like person. I also, for some, it's also showing here strongly that this is someone possibly that you have had a connection with before. So and I want to clarify that in saying this is not like someone that you've been really on and off with, or something that's been like this big karmic twin flamey, messy, thing or something like that. This would be something more like way back when, or something along those lines, like popping back up, or something that is advancing from friendship to something more, but it's again in a very easeful way. It's not from tumultuous to all of a sudden things are going great. It's not that kind of energy. This is like everything unfolding as it should. It's got such a flow to this reading. So if something doesn't with your, like if you do have a romantic person or something like that, it doesn't feel easeful, it doesn't feel like it's in flow, well then that's where we know our self-value and our self-worth, and maybe it's time to make a high vibrational decision to, look for this new opportunity. Okay, but for many of you, I do think this is someone that you may already know, someone that you used to know. All right, so that's what I have for you. I'm going to get you an advice card. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of sunny cards in this. Like the yellow is really popping with this. Oh my gosh, Aries. Look at you see the stack of cards. Like there's like 50 million cards in here. Look what you pulled. Attraction and caring connections. And that's what I get from this Six of Cups, like this, like sincerity. And again, like this nurturing. So really, really play out like that, play up, upward, that energy of yourself of, okay, you know what? I can enter this in a caring way. I can enter this in a nurturing way. I'm not going to be scared. I'm not going to be worried about, well, that other thing didn't work out, or I've had my heart broken so many times, or anything like that. It's like, this is all about like easefulness, caring, nurturing, and attracting. As you are that energy, that is what you are attracting, a caring connection. Okay, beautiful, beautiful reading here for you, Aries. Okay, let's go to Taurus. Okay, all right, Taurus, let's see what's up. Oh, Taurus. Whoa. Two of Cups in the Tower. Okay, what is going on for Taurus energies, please? Taurus placements. Taurus. Near future energy also for prediction value. What's going on for Taurus placements? Thank you. Oh. Whoa. Okay. All right, let's see. Waiting. But you have good cards. Okay, some of you may be changing work soon. Okay, so there's that message. But it doesn't feel like it's near future. So like it doesn't feel like it's 7 days, 7 to 10 days or something along those lines. in fact, it feels like you might drag it out a little bit longer, but it's like, I feel like once you leave, like, like you are like so ready. You're like super ready to leave. Screw you guys, I'm a going home, right? Cartman impression there. Okay. For some of you, this may be love, so I'll read both. Okay, so if it's romantic love, this could be good, but let me clarify your near future. Because I feel like somebody's walking away and then moving towards you, possibly. What's going on here near future? Clarify, please. Okay. Three of Wands, the Chariot. Yeah. King of Cups. Yep. Someone's trying to make something happen with you is what I'm seeing. And I feel like they're willing to walk away from something else. So I don't know if that's a someone else or if it's a something else. But I do feel, and again, we're going to look at this if it's work and career for you, but if this is romantic love, I do feel like there's someone that is like really wanting to offer like a pure offer here. Like they are into you. I feel like they see you as like marriage material. Whether or not they're verbalizing that or giving you those cues, I don't know, but I would say, I mean, you would probably have somewhat of an idea. So it is a general reading. So, I mean, if you have a person that's like, like that just doesn't seem realistic, like they're not like that, and, they call you, once every, I don't know, month or something at 2 a.m. and sup, that kind of thing. It's probably not that. It's not that they're hiding that they really want to marry, But I would say for those of you who have someone around or about to come in very quickly here, then it's like they see you as like, it's not like like they're sacrificing something for you. I feel like they're willing to leave behind something else, or again, someone else to come toward you. Because when I clarified the 9 of Wands here, as far as your near future energy, this person's making a plan. They are making a plan on how to give to a situation. I feel like they want to like treat you to something or take you somewhere, or maybe they want to take a trip with you, something along those lines with the 3 of Wands here. This person's really interested in connecting with you and getting to know you on an exciting level and a deeper level is what I'm getting here. Could be a water sign. You do have the Cancerian card here, so definitely, and you have Taurus in this reading as well. We also have Gemini, Virgo at the bottom of it. Oh, yeah. Oh, there. And there's the matching Queen of Cups to go with that King of Cups. Yeah. I feel like they're very attracted to you. Like there's like a magnetic chemistry that they have toward you, but it's more than that. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'm so attracted to this chick, I'm going to ask her out, whatever. It's like they know already like that you have more to offer than just like what they are attracted to. So I do feel like there's definitely something a brew here that looks really good. So I feel like someone is absolutely coming toward you. Okay, so let's see. What do we have advice for Taurus, please? Okay. Joyous fun. Yeah, I feel like they want to treat you to something. I really do. And this is the advice card that you got out of all these cards, right? So that is really matching up for you. So joyous fun. Maybe if you're a single mom, you have kids, or single dad, with either or with children or something, like they're okay with that. Like they just want to have fun. Okay, but it's deeper than that too. Like they're serious. Okay, all right. So that's what I have for Taurus. So let's go to Geminis. All right, Geminis. Okay, Gemini. So we're gonna take a look, see what your reading is for this time. We're looking for near future energies here, and seeing what else is going on for you at this time, and we will pull an advice card. All right, so what is going on with Geminis, please? What do Geminis need to know? Gemini energy, Gemini placements. Okay. Oh, your card, first out. So feeling like yourself again, possibly. All right. Oh, what song is that just came into my head? There's a road. Oh, that's an interesting one. It's not really like I've never been a big Crosby, Stills and Nash fan at all, honestly. I love Neil Young, but Neil Young's like one of my favorites, but I'm not a big Crosby girl. But yeah, if you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you're with. But that's not really the message. Oh, Four of Wands. I feel like it's more like there's a road, like that is what came into my head. So there's a road, there's a path, there is something here. Because I feel like you guys are thinking like there's nothing here, or I haven't made the right choices, or what if I make the wrong choice? Like there's like this energy like kind of going back and forth here is what I'm seeing so far. So it's like, and thus it's like, because there's no choice made as far as like what's coming toward you or who's coming toward you. So it's, oh, you know what? Hold on. I just remembered I forgot to read Taurus's career thing. So let me make a note to do that in the comments below. I'm so sorry, Gemini. Hang on one second. That just popped into my head. Okay, Taurus. Career notes. Okay. All right, while it's in my head. Otherwise, it'll be floating around there and I won't give full attention to this. Okay, so let's see. Where was I? All right, so the energy I have here is just sort of like nothing's really coming toward you that you are... That makes sense, that song came into my head. That you're really super thrilled about. So you might even be in that energy of, you know, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. And that's not the answer. The answer is there's a road, right? And I feel like the road wants to take you somewhere else. So that could indicate like the job, right? It's like, you know, if you don't love your job, you know, whatever, love the one you're with, or, you know, stuff like that. If it's relationship stuff, you know, things like that. Maybe, you know, you're not really in the energy of seeing this like go long term. Maybe you're not really excited about the relationship anymore, but you feel like, well, there's nothing better, love the one I'm with, you know, something like that. That's the vibe I'm getting. And it could be about love, it could be about your work, it could just be about like, you know, just general life, having that attitude, all right, of, well, if I can't have what I want, you know, I'll just, you know, do my best with what I've got, you know, kind of thing. That's not necessary. Sometimes that's like a necessary energy. It's like an energy of acceptance, but only to propel you to see other things and other roads, you know, that might be of interest to you. So I feel like right now, like there's this sort of like melancholy energy, you know, that's not really, it's hard to get excited about anything that could possibly come in. However, you do have like what is like working for you, or what could be flowing for you, is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles can absolutely mean like studying something. Okay, it doesn't mean like going for huge, you know, 4-6 year degrees or, you know, something like that. It could, I mean, possibly, but depending on age range, you know, of those watching. But it's like, to me, I always look at it, and maybe that's because, you know, I'm older, so I don't look in things of terms as going to, you know, get some degree that's going to take me 4 to 6 years. So maybe it's just, you know, my selective bias. So if you are younger, it could absolutely mean going to university, right? Not a fan personally, but hey, I'll say it when I see it. But I think for most of you, this would be more in line of like studying something to get just a little bit more, like maybe a little bit of a certificate, maybe something that takes you a year, 2 years tops, you know, something like that. Something that could be meaningful for you, that would give you more like passion or drive towards something. Okay. Because I just feel like you guys, I mean, every single one of these cards is just sort of stuck in a rut, you know, stuck in a rut kind of thing. And not and feeling like whatever does come toward you isn't what you want. Okay. So I do feel like this is showing in the area of like what could be working for you. All right. So it's like the Page of Pentacles is, again, like studying things, all right, being a student or learning about something. Like I said, maybe getting a certificate, something along those lines. Now, if this is more romantic for you, like you're cool with everything else, work, life, and all that, but maybe there's like sort of romance hasn't really been, sizzling or something right now, then this Page of Pentacles can be, well, then have a deeper conversation with someone. Go beyond just like kind of texting or something like that. Get to know someone a little bit more. And it's like, if it feels like it's somebody you want to get to know, and try to find out more about their situation. One other thing I would say, if you have children and there's a masculine around that's very down and out, like blah, 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 everything sucks, the world sucks, oh, that's not good, oh, I don't care about that, and, just everything sucks, it's like, just keep in mind, like, your child may be so empathetic that they're wanting to fix this for this person. All right. They're wanting to fix this. And so it might be something here saying, to make the choice here to recognize that, if that is something that's going on, to recognize that and perhaps, show them by example that, like, we can't fix people, but we do have to work on our own energy so it doesn't affect us. We need to keep our own energy going and strong and not be affected by like down and out type energy of people. And we can't fix everything, that kind of thing. So keep their spirits like in a high mode. All right. That's a kind of a weird message, and I really don't know why, like, that's not my typical go-to with things, but perhaps somebody needed that out there. Okay, so let's get an advice card. I would just say right now, Gemini, I mean, there is something that is showing up in your near future here, but I feel like you're sort of like, I don't know. I don't know. So let's get some advice cards for you. I think that's going to be way more beneficial than I mean, the tarot card spread is sort of like, all right. Yeah. Fragment is the first card that came out. Fragmented energy here. Remember, you are the one, I mean, your card came out first in your position, all right? So you are the one that is responsible for the high vibrational choices and discernment, right? That's what the Lover's card is, which is your card representative of Geminis. So it's like, we always do have a choice, but when we don't make choices to move forward and we cave to sort of, it is what it is, or stagnancy and things like that, then that's exactly what's going to come toward us. Are others who are, I don't know, indecisive or, a little bit down and out, or, just not really enthused, things like that. So, make some good choices for yourself here, to kind of get out, do what you can to get out of like any type of slumps, things like that. What I notice here too is there's no air energy. It's mostly like emotions and stability issues here. So it's like stability, emotions. So I would say being an air sign, air energy, and that there's no swords here, then use your best weapon, your mind, right, to cut through all that kind of like, I see like a machete, cutting through the thickness and the stagnancy of like the jungle, right? It's like use that machete mind of yours to maybe that's a good imagery for you guys or something, to clear the air and get real about like what do you want to study then? What do you want to do? Get curious, talk to people, things like that. Yeah, abundance showing up here. Okay. It is safe for you to receive. Another great message. All right, let's get one more for Geminis. Okay. Oh, okay, we'll take that. Oh, all right. So we have acceptance here also. All right, beautiful. Okay, so fragment was the first card. We saw that. You also have abundance, and it's the Hunter Moon card. All right. So I always look at this as, since it's Hunter Moon and she's carrying like a fox, then it's like sometimes we need to be clever, you know, about like our independence, our abundance and those types of things, and be like clever and like a hunter in a sense. It's like get hungry, you know. It's like be like a clever fox, you know, with yourself. Again, put your clever minds to work here is what I'm seeing, in a positive way, right? Okay, because you need to nourish like yourself, your abundance. Then you have it is safe for you to receive. And this card says, the more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. So open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. What a beautiful card, right? Because all Geminis are like generous and, you know, they want to like give to things. They want to give to like the world or to their, you know, children or, you know, whatever, you know, it's like they all want that, to have that ability. But it says the more you allow yourself to receive, then the more that you have to share with others, right? Okay. Oh, wow. And look at that. Literally, it says power. Literally with open arms. And it just said here, open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. And what is the next card? Wow. So it's like, so I would actually use that as like a power stance, you know, like do the thing in front of the mirror or something, you know, open those arms, feel that power, you know, that kind of deal. A great example, what was that cute show? It was on Apple, Acapulco, it was called. And it's like, it kind of goes back in time. It's kind of like I don't know, it's just a cute show. And it takes place at a hotel, but the lady who has bought this hotel in Acapulco, she's American, and she was like an actress from like the 80s. And I swear, she's a perfect example of this, because every single thing, like when she walks into a room or just to announce even like, you know, the slightest little thing, she walks in like this, you know, she has all these like poses. And I just started cracking me up throughout the show, like how good this actress was at presenting like that type of character. But that's what it reminds me of. It's like do these types of poses and, you know, maybe not in public if you don't feel comfortable with it, but it's like, just start doing like those power things, like in front of a mirror or something like that. Then you have this acceptance. So anything that's different, because I always look at, and I notice there's like kind of different cultures here, right? We have like this kind of darker skin, this lighter skin, you know, something like that. So I always feel like that's like metaphor for like difference, you know, can be accepted, right? In a positive way here. And it's a beautiful card. I really, really like this card. So it's something about owning your power right now. That's what I am seeing for you, Geminis. Okay. So we're on to Cancers. Near future energy, Cancers. Okay. Oh, hello, Ace of Cups bouncing around there. Okay, Cancers, please. What is the message for our Cancer friends? Cancer placements, etc. Okay. Oh. Okay. Something's going to work out. All right, may not feel like it right now, but it's like something is going to work out, and fairly quickly, I do feel. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I feel like you just want to like hurry something along, or I don't know, maybe you want to get the hell out of something, or storm out and leave. Maybe it's a job, something like that. I don't know. There's just this energy here of something along those lines. Okay. Either that or just really wanting something to move like quickly, like like man, somebody's like kind of throwing up a barrier or something like that, and it's like, I just want to get through this. You have a Hermit card here. It could be a Virgo, but you also have this King of Cups. I mean, what's actually working for you is the King of Cups. All right. That is in the position of this reading. So the King of Cups is nurturing. It is moving towards like love, moving towards true, sincere feelings, not letting the mind be pissed off, or the ego wanting to like push something away and like keep everybody at bay or something like that. It's more like opening up and expressing that beautiful emotional side of oneself. All right. And that is what like works things out. All right. The Three of Pentacles. I feel like this is a masculine reading. So I'm going to pull out some other cards here. So I would say if you are a masculine energy watching this, it's like you might be kind of ticked off at something, or wanting to hurry. So, cause it might not be anger. It could just be that you're like, really, really in a hurry to do something. But I don't know. For most of you, I feel like it's more like your mind is like still kind of like ticked off at something, and the Hermit is like highlighting this. And then it's like somebody might be standoffish with you, or their ego is in the way and pushing things away, something like that. So the answer in this scenario for like the best possible outcome is to bring that cup of like true natural feelings, and listen to your true emotions. And I do feel like things can come to some sort of agreement or working things out in some way. Okay, so there's that. So let's take a look and see if we have another message for Cancers. Okay, what about Cancer feminines, please? Cancer feminines. What is the message for Cancer placement feminines, please? Placement of feminines. Okay. Oh. Ow. All right. Okay, so as far as immediate prediction, like next couple days, something like that, I don't have too much really here. All right, with the Strength card. So, but you have a good reading. All right. So I would say that things are probably more, in fact, I'll clarify, more moving towards something positive. Standing up for yourself is actually like in your favor right now. Okay. Also, too, if you have anyone in your energy that's giving you a difficult time, or being very stubborn, obstinate, picking fights, or just feeling like I don't know, just troublesome, it's actually showing in a positive way. All right. So it's like there's something about this that's actually good for you. Possibly, I would say, because it's developing your inner strength to resist this type of energy. That's what I'm thinking. Because I feel like you have something good to look forward to in your near future. All right. Three of Wands. So I would say like next 3 months or something like that. Some of you perhaps single moms, something like that also. And it's like, if there's someone around your energy that just sort of like wrecks a piece, or just gives you a hard time, or something like that, that can really be difficult. I get it. And we can often be like, oh my God, why? Why is this going on? And that sort of thing. But the thing is, I feel like in a cosmic way, it's actually good that this, everybody plays a role, man. Everybody plays a role. And it's actually good that this person is here. I know that's like hard to take right now, but it's showing as a positive, because this is why it's developing your your spidey senses and everything else. It's developing your inner strength. here, to be able to recognize like how stupid this energy is or how ridiculous it is, and not to engage in it. And so it's actually building you up in a positive way is what I see. Okay, but let's get a little bit more. Someone might also be like ticked off that you're not taking their apology or something along those lines. I would say also too, for the rare few of you, that there's another message here too. Like if your child, like a younger child or something, is acting out, that it's imperative to keep showing them like what, like how anger destroys, but like positive expectations are like the winning ticket here. So this could also be, this is a very specific message, and it's not going to hit with everyone, but for some of you, there could be something about staying firm on, like if a child or, is acting out or is really angry at something, and it's like to keep your stand here. All right. Show them like by example, your inner strength of compassion and nurturing and forward future thinking. Okay. By not like caving in and saying, oh, well, it's okay. It's like show how to develop something by example, right? Because children follow your example, like how to develop this inner strength within oneself. Okay. But for most of you, it's again, that's a very specific message. Okay. So back to the other scenarios. What's going on with this strength card? Yeah, showing that you can resist being bullied or something like that also is like very good at this time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have a lot to do with like confidence showing up here. Yeah, someone may just think like they can kind of come in whenever they want, and it's like, well, I'm here, and again, I feel like this is a time for you to show your value and your worth. It's like, if you're an empress, then are you going to date like a little page? Oh, hi, and then, especially a little page that's going to get ticked off because you're not accepting their, super cute puppy dog eye apology, right? It's like, no, if you're an empress, you're going to date an emperor. All right. But the thing is, it's like, I do feel that it's like, this is something about standing your ground until the right situation presents itself. That's what I see is the advice for you. Because if it's like romantic love or something along those lines, because it's like, I feel like if you are thinking you're an empress energy, but all you keep kind of getting is like little pages or knight of wands or, things like that, then there's something where you're not showing your truest strengths. So here's what I mean by that. And we're going to go a little deeper here. Okay. So let's say it's romantic love that you're seeking, and you seem to just attract like pages, like somewhat interested, but they're not really, or knight of wands that just kind of want to come in for that and then leave, right? That kind of thing. Then it's like, there's something here where you're not demonstrating your actual beauty and strength. So you may be demonstrating, like you may be then like, so I'm going to say this delicately. All right. But you may be like, oh, hi. Oh, what's up? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go out. That kind of thing, like demonstrating that kind of, not that that was strength. As you can tell, I haven't flirted with anyone in like a million years, but I'm exaggerating that, right? Oh, hi, and so that's why you're attracting like pages and knight of wands, and it's not your strength. All right. So it may have been your strength at one time, but it's not necessarily your strength now when you are seeking quality. So I do feel like there's something here to, like, this person's, there may be someone you're interested in that you're trying to get them to step up more. And I feel like they're going to be a little ticked off when, like, you don't just take their little Page of Cups offer, right? Because now you're gonna be like, you know what, I need to be stronger than that, and not cave to their cute little, like I said, puppy dog eye things, right? And it's like, so that's going to make them like think like, oh, maybe I need to change things up. This cocky way I was coming in before, isn't working. So it's like, maybe I need to step things up and be a little bit more of like this, masculine, emperor energy or something like that. Or, they don't. But then let them motor on then with their own confidence. They might just like, oh, well, okay, screw you. You missed a good time, kind of thing. Well, then let them go, right? And it's your choice. Either you want an emperor or you want a knight of wands. Which is it? So it's like time to ask yourself, because that's like the internal battle here. It's like, do you really want an emperor to your empress, or do you want a knight of wands? Like, which one is it? Because it's like, if you're just attracting knight of wands types, and by that, for some of you who, don't, know tarot cards, most of you know what that means, but like knight of wands just means kind of player energy, right? Then it's like, well, then make that choice then not to entertain like that. All right. Make up your mind. All right. Emperors or knight of wands, which is it going to be? So that's what I'm seeing. And I would choose emperor because an emperor is kind of all of those archetypes. So they have the ability to be a knight of wands at times. All right. But they also have the ability to be like a king of pentacles at times. Right. Whereas a knight of wands just is a knight of wands. All right. So that's what I am seeing there. It's kind of a weird reading, but that's what I got. All right, so let's see. Anything else for Cancers as far as an advice card for Cancers? Okay. Milk and honey. There it is. Go for the milk and honey. So milk and honey is the sweet things in life, right? The sweet things in life. The things that are, it's also, to me, like with the rainbow, right? It's like a very like miracle-esque type of card. So I get a very like 10 of Cups vibe from this, like just being comfortable and happy and, expecting good things, expecting miracles. Don't expect, like if you're dating, don't expect Page of Cups. Don't expect Knight of Wands. Expect emperors or empresses or whatever, gender combos, that you're interested in. So it's like, expect the best. That's your very first card out. Expect the best. And that's what comes in. All right. But when we're indecisive, when we say we want an emperor and we think we're an empress that deserves an emperor, or again, whatever gender, an empress that deserves an empress or an emperor that deserves an emperor, then it's like, but we don't stick to that and we play around with pages and little flirtations and Knight of Wands, then we're sending the universe like mixed messages. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing there. All right. We are on to Leo. Okay, Leo, let's see what the message is for Leos. Leo placements, Leo energy. We are looking at near future. All right. What's going on for our Leo friends out there? Hi, Leos. Okay. Oh, Fool card. Nice. Oh. Okay. 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 I feel like you guys are really waiting and okay, this is going to be helpful. All right, we'll talk about these three cards. These are off the top of the deck here. So we'll talk about those when we get there. All right. The good thing is, okay, so I feel like you guys are a new start can be had, but there's something that needs to be let go of here first. Okay, because you do have the Fool card. So I feel like you guys are, all right, on the right track. All right, like it's time to like break free from something. Something's been very oppressive, very heavy, weighing on you. This could be for like a long time. It could be like your whole life, you know, or it could be something that's just been heavy recently over the last, you know, few years or last couple months or something like that. But it's like with the, I get a heavier vibe than that though, like something going on here. So we'll talk about that. But the Fool card indicates to me like you are ready. Like your soul is like like ready for you to let something go. All right. And with this Eight of Swords energy, there's this afraid to believe it kind of thing. So afraid to actually take steps as to what that would mean. And that's fine, because maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know what like great big new start that it is that you want, right? You just feel it. But that's cool, because that's your soul telling you, yes, you do need this. You do need a new start. You need to wipe the slate clean and take some new leaps of faith, some new risks towards something. All right. So your soul is telling you that. But your mind or your rationality or your, you know, emotions or, you know, whatever it may be, you know, mostly mind, I would say, is like still trapped. So what is it trapped with is this sort of like waiting for this new future to happen. Okay. Instead of actually making a high vibrational choice as to what that will be. And these cards here indicate that there's still something that you're holding judgment on. You're still like holding like a heavy scenario on. And I don't mean judgment like, oh, you guys are being so judgmental. Not that kind. Like karmic. There's something karmic here that it's very difficult for you to let go. So it's like you kind of, you know, this is saying not you kind of, you do, you know, need to let go. All right. And like, you know, have more fun, get out there, see what else is going on. All right. This heavy energy has to go. All right, for sure. Like that is, it's super, super clear in this reading. And I feel like the main thing holding you back, I don't think it is emotions, quite frankly. So it might be being played out through emotions, but I would say like the main thing that's holding you back is the fear of actually like dipping your toe in the emotional pool of things. Whether that be dating again or, you know, or taking a chance on, you know, just a new life in general, right? Changing things up. You know, that's the thing. Like I it's weird because I'm a lot of fixed energy in my chart, but I have I don't know why, but I have no problems in like reinventing, you know, myself in some way. Now my core self typically stays the same. The core things that I value, right, typically stay the same. And if they're in a positive, if I've analyzed them and they're positive things that I want to be. But as far as like reinventing, I have had so many different careers. I mean, it's insane. And I've tried like, and not careers necessarily, like I've tried so many different jobs, you know, in my lifetime. I mean, keep in mind, I'm in, you know, my mid to late 50s. So I got a lot under my belt here. But it's like some of you, you know, might be younger than that. As far as different types in dating, I've tried different, you know, like I have no problem stepping outside of the box and you know, like not getting hooked in on certain things, you know. So I would highly suggest something like that. This is asking for not necessarily radical change for you, but it's asking for super, super positive change for you. I'm going to bring in something else here too. If you are cross-watching this reading for a Leo, it is time to stop. All right. And you know, I mean, it's not everyone's message, but the ones who like it's going to hit with, you're going to know who you are. Don't watch it. And don't make excuses. Well, I'm watching it because I need to know what they're going to do. No cross-watching for Leo. All right, I feel like that is a huge first start. All right, because again, that is hanging on to that karmic situation. And how can we be free when we are hanging on to a karmic situation, afraid to move forward? So that's the first thing I would say. If you're not cross-watching though, and you are a Leo, okay, I mean, the message still very much applies. That I just wanted to add that for those who are, like, there's a very clear, note to that. Okay. The other thing is here, what is working for you is the Three of Wands. That's what this position is all about. And the Three of Wands is about looking out into the future and expecting things to be better, expecting your ship to come in. So it's very much of a visionary card. We have to be visionary. We have to look outside the box, not our normal, like what we're seeing day to day or what we're, dealing with day. We have to be very motivated to really know that there's something out there that is good, that is available to us. Because when we think of the cosmic terms of things, I mean, there's all these, timelines they talk about and, all these possible choices that we can make. And it's like, so, I mean, that stuff is out there. It's, and on some soul level, we do know that's real. But it takes courage to actually accept something like that, believe something like that, and be motivated with faith towards something like that. But who has courage? Leos. All right. Right? You're not the lion for nothing. But quite frankly, your prediction card is the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is more like the Wounded Warrior card. It's like waiting, and I see it that it's staring. It's like on a face off, with this card. All right, so it's like standing there waiting for, well, where is that new future? Where is it then? I've been waiting for it. But waiting for it and making clear decisions to cut the fears from our mind, cut the karmas from our mind, and actually take leaps of faith by making a high vibrational choice to do something is what changes those things. It's not waiting for it to happen. So I would say with this Three of Cups, then if, this is the first step is just go out. I know that sounds silly or maybe it sounds like, whimsical or something like that. Maybe you're looking for deeper advice, but the deep advice is in there. But it's truly saying sometimes that is it. Sometimes we just need to get out. We need to go have fun. We need to go connect with people or meet some friends or go out on a date, or, just get out, go socialize in some capacity. And I feel like that's going to be very helpful in realizing and exciting you more toward like, wow, okay, what, maybe I could, have this interesting future or something along those lines. And I also feel too, to put in that caveat too, that that you may be thinking it's a caveat of age, but it's like age is not an issue here. So whatever age you are, all right, this is, for most of you, I'm feeling 30s, but for others of you, you may be much older than this and being like, well, that time, that ship sailed or something like that. But again, it doesn't matter your age. You can always go out and have fun. You can always go out and socialize, so it's like, don't hold yourself in and keep yourself trapped. And don't be afraid of the big bad wolf world out there, right? It's like, it's all about our perception of things. I mean, of course, use your common sense and, that kind of deal, right? But it's like right now, these cards are urging you to try something different, try something new, and think differently. Think of the possibilities, all right? That kind of deal. All right. Let's see. Let's get one advice card for Leo. Okay, storm warning. Interesting. Yeah, because see, here's the thing. If we don't make these high vibrational choices now, then what usually happens is the tower, because this reminds me of the tower card in tarot. The tower will usually come in and make it for us. And we don't really want that, because when the tower card comes in, sure, it will initiate change, but it will do it in a way that's not as pleasant. as if we were to make those choices ourselves. So it's like, this is about getting ahead of that. We don't want a storm warning. We don't want a tower moment. We want to create our own change and on our beautiful imaginings, faith, and on our own terms. Okay, so that's what I see there. All right, we are on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo, let's see what the message is for you. All right, so this is for Virgo energy and or placements. Okay, Virgos, please. We're taking a look at near future. Whoa, all right. Something, some kind of brainstorming could lead to some kind of offer. Okay. Oh yeah, Wheel of Fortune showing up here. Oh, hello. Virgo. Wow. So this is really interesting. Oh, and look. So when I showed you the deck where I split the deck and it was the Tower and the Ace of Cups, and here it is again, floating around at the bottom of the deck. And you also have another ace in this reading. So out of 6 cards, if you count that, we have 2 aces. So amazing. And the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. This is awesome. Here's the thing though. All right. Okay. All right. So we'll definitely talk about this. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune is showing up in your energy placement of this spread. So the Wheel of Fortune means you are on a good cycle. All right. So definitely recognize that. Recognize it. You probably do. You probably feel like, intuitively that, yeah, things are rolling a little bit forward or things are changing. It might not be like, oh my God, just, windfall of miracles all around you or anything like that. But you're feeling like that energy is changing in a positive direction. You have the Ace of Pentacles coming toward you. So the Ace of Pentacles is some sort of offer, all right, or it could just be some extra money or something like that if it's just more of a daily reading for you. But it's whatever it is, it's it's good. It's the Ace of Pentacles, so something solid. For some of you, this could be a job offer. This could be someone purchasing something from you. This could be a raise. It could be romance, possibly. I mean, we have the Ace of Cups here. It could be something that's someone coming toward you who's a solid investment, if we want to, and I don't mean that to it's a material thing. I meant, as a fun play on words, right? So it's but with the Magician here in the center, this is definitely saying the world could be your oyster right now, right? It's this is a good time to manifest. The good, if you're not in this energy, you don't feel like the wheel is turning in your favor or that there's new offers coming out of the woodwork or anything like that, then this is saying, well, this is the cycle then to turn that around. All right, so definitely get into this kind of Midas touch energy of manifesting right now. Okay, that is really good. Now, I feel though, there's that word again, with the caveat of saying not where it's that's all that you are doing or that's all you are kind of obsessed with or something manifestation. Don't go watch 50 million videos on manifestation, so I will say that it's in your favor, but with the caveat of this is practical, serious, good practical things. It's not a time to be oh my God, I hope I win the lottery for $1 billion, right? And I'm not taking that away. I mean, if you want to, if that's what you're doing, then keep doing that and all that. That's fine. But this is more saying this is something that is practical, that is good. It's a new start, or some of you maybe new love. Whatever it is that you are interested in here. Because the reason I say that is because you have the Two of Swords showing up in what is working for you. So the Two of Swords is a card of the way I'm reading this in this spread. It's kind of good not to know. All right. So I wouldn't try to be too specific about your manifestations right now. I wouldn't try to be too oh my God, well, I'm going to watch more tarot readings about what's coming my way. You know, it's like, this is a time to just sort of like, okay, I feel this energy. I know it's around me. I do want to manifest new things. I do want to manifest something that's a solid opportunity or a solid person, you know, whatever it may be, and then leave it at that, right? Like, don't think, obsess, you know, over manifest, you know, those types of things. It's like, use that energy, but it's actually good for you not to know exactly what it is. And which is even further confirmed with the Four of Cups showing up in your near future energy. So now here's something else. Okay, so the Four of Cups can be not recognizing something when it does show up. So you have such a like kind of a fine line right now that I'm seeing in this reading. And no worries. It's not like some people read the Four of Cups as a missed opportunity. I don't, especially not if it's a near future card, because if this is what you're creating, then you're not going to miss it, right? So I typically don't read it in that negative way. If anything, like when I read the negative of the Four of Cups, it's more that you're so dissatisfied with things that anything that comes your way, you're sort of like, well, that's not exactly what I wanted. That's the way I read the Four of Cups. Okay. So that's what I would say. Like, what you're not seeing is this is a golden cup coming toward you. All right. So, and it is, oh my gosh, it is something that you've manifested. Wow. Sorry. It goes like that. It was Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, then Seven of Cups, then the Sun. So something out of all of these things that you have been like kind of desiring or wanting is like on its way to you here with this Sun card. So I would say the beginnings of it are going to be showing now or in the very near future. All right. So, and by very near future, I would say 7 to 10 days, something like that. So the thing is, eyes wide open. All right. Ears wide open, senses wide open, intuition wide open. All right. So that you can recognize things that are coming your way, because something might appear for you and you're like, oh, was that it? Is that what she meant by that tarot reading? That's what's coming toward me. Big whoop, you know, but the thing is that big whoop might be way more than you are thinking. So it's like, give things like a chance is what I would say at this time. All right. Let's see. Let's get one advice card for Virgo. Is that who? Yeah, we're doing Virgo, right? Yeah. Okay. Rest and rejuvenation. Now, this card, I very rarely, like, some oracle cards, like, I just have certain affiliations with. This one, yeah, maybe rest and rejuvenation. But I see it more as meditating. All right. See, as this person meditates, like, look at all this like energy that's around them, because I feel like it's really important to be in touch with your intuition right now, to let things in, let that intuition flow, let things come to you, let things be presented to you. Right. And it's like, you know, give things that deeper attention of like allowing. Don't refuse things right away. Don't jump on any bandwagons right away. You know, it's like, give things the time. We don't want to just be indecisive and give things too much time. Okay. But give things enough time that your intuition can kick in, because you guys have amazing intuition. All right. So I do feel like there's something coming toward you here that, again, might not appear like it's much, but could be much more if, you know, it's actually getting you toward your true positive manifestation that you're wanting here. Okay. All right. So that is Virgo. We are on to Libra. Okay. All right, Libra. Let's see what's up for you. All right. Like someone's very curious about you right now. Maybe an ex. Could be. Or someone from like a long time ago trying to find you kind of thing. I don't know. Has that vibe. Okay. What is up for Libras, please? Libra placements. Libra energy and placements. Libra's message, please. Okay. Ooh, the Chariot. All right. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, like like an old friend or something, maybe trying to find you. Yeah, like they're looking for you, maybe through your work or like through others. Okay, so it's not everyone's message. I'm sure that's not going to hit with every single Libra out there, you know, but for some of you, I did feel that like more like kind of psychically at the beginning of the reading. So yeah, like someone's like searching for you or something along those lines. Okay, so but for your main reading or for the bulk, you know, of most of you watching here, we do have Cancerian energy here, so there may be like a Cancer that's on your mind, or one coming toward you. We also kind of have some Earth energy here as well. I would say this looks like a very good reading of like a plan, like something new and something moving forward. Also, something being given. So I feel like there's a lot of positive energy that is showing up for you in the near future here. I would say for many of you, it could, you know, Pentacles are a little bit of a slower card for near future energy. So if it's not, and it's the number 6. So if it's not 6 days, you know, it could be something within 6 weeks. All right. Which is, you know, a little over a month, right? Not that big a deal. There could also be someone who's planning or wanting to come toward you. So like if there's a distance, you know, there could be someone that's like wanting to come toward you, or you're planning to come see them or something like that. There could be like trip energy here, planning a trip, something along those lines. Could come in quicker than you were expecting. Also, I'd say, again, 6 days, 6 weeks, something like that, something moving forward. So there's that energy. You have a lot of bright cards here. I also feel like you may feel pressured or a sense of like urgency from someone, but it's actually showing as a good thing in your spread. All right, that it's like that quick moving or somewhat impulsive. You know, again, remember it's a general reading, so follow your intuition. But something quick moving or impulsive is actually like part of the plan. It's actually good for you at this time. Also to be open to receiving at this time also. Now, if you're always like a receiving person, okay, then be open to giving, all right, at this time. But I feel like for many of you, it's something like you are receiving, all right? So it could be money to travel, money for a car. Maybe you've been walking everywhere, but like there's a car in your future, okay? A car loan coming through, or someone helping you, you know, again, in receiving car. Don't push away help at this time. I would say be open to receiving, all right? Because it can help you, like they see it as like, they don't see it at, like if it's somebody helping you to like purchase a car, for instance, or to take a trip or something like that, they don't see it as like, oh, here's Libra needing help again. Like that's not the way they see it. They see it as like they like helping you plan for your future. Or, you know, it's like a good thing. So they're not looking at it as like a burdensome thing. Okay. So there's that. Others of you, you may have like romantic energy coming toward you here. It's like a man with a plan, right? It's like somebody that's like really seeing a future with you, wants to take that leap of faith toward you, wants to give to the situation. So, you know, a lot of forward movement there. Whatever it is for you that's going on in life. I mean, because this could be a lot of different things, you know, in a general reading. It could be, like I said, a raise, a different job, something coming toward you quickly, a trip, a new car, you know, 50 million different things this can be. So whatever it is, though, it's good. And I would say as far as near future prediction, like you're receiving something, whether it be like a gift, money, a night out on the town, a date, you know, something being treated out to a date, you know, something like that is definitely showing in your near future. So let's get an advice card for you. I would say travel looks highly aspected as being good also. Like, and again, there's this like, go ahead and like, this is a card of allowing like urgent things, or even if it feels pressured or like, you know, this is all happening so quick. It's like, it's showing in a good aspected place for you. not something to be like, oh, why is this happening so quick? You know, oh, I better put my red flag, you know, what's going on with this? You know, it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like something to just go with. Okay. Yeah, there. So your advice card is intuition and manifestation. So again, you know, just kind of follow your intuition. There's no big advice that's coming here, you know, forward for you, except for this. It's like follow your intuition toward your manifestation. And it does appear to be working for you. Okay. All right. Wow, Libra, short and sweet. I love it. Not complicated. Very uncomplicated reading for you guys, Libra. That is really nice to see. Okay, so let's go to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what we have for you. Scorpio. So Scorpio energy and or placements of Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, please. Scorpio. Ooh, all right. So you're keeping things to yourself. All right. I like it, Scorpio. Well, maybe. Okay. Oh, very nice. Okay. Actually, you have some nice cards. Okay. So, I mean, you have the High Priestess showing up in your position. Okay. So, a la Scorpio fashion, might be like keeping things within, keeping things to yourself right now, not really wanting to divulge certain things, right? I don't think it's like keeping secrets, you know, or sometimes I go with that with the hype, but there's nothing here that indicates that. No Seven of Swords or, you know, anything like that. So I do feel like you are just sort of really trying to listen to your intuition at this time, but also like enjoying a little bit of mystery about something or a situation right now. So you're not like super putting it all out on the table with something. You do have this like Page of Cups. All right. I do feel like that there's some sort of, you know, little something going on, maybe a little flirtation or something like that. Nine of Pentacles showing up here. Again, I just kind of get this like aloofness right now. All right. But not in a negative way or a lazy way or anything like that. I feel like you're just sort of, you know, doing your thing, you know, and it's like you're listening to your intuition. You have something good, all right, coming in here. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But it's like, I don't know. I don't really feel like any, like, there is like some sort of indication of like the beginning stages of a flirtation. Page of Cups. Right. So I'm not necessarily saying, oh my God, you know, it's, you know, huge soulmate potential, you know, it could be, you know, but it's at its beginning stage right now. Okay. Page of Cups. So if it's romance, I mean, if it's work or something like that, you don't really have too many like clarifying cards about that. I feel like this reading is just more about just keep doing what you're doing. Like you're working toward like your wish fulfillment here. Okay. So I do think like as long as you keep following your intuition, staying in like your, you know, your value, your worth, you know, that kind of thing. Also to like just sort of not getting involved in a bunch of dramas and things like that, you know, just like kind of playing it cool. I feel like you're on the right track towards manifesting something like really fantastic here. It's the Nine of Cups, right? That is literally the card that's showing up in your near future position. So by near future, in this particular reading, not all my readings, but in this one, I've kind of labeled it as something 7 to 10 days. So I feel like you will have some kind of good news, or you're going to hear from someone, or if you have children, this could even be like your, you know, something like about, you know, your child has really great news, you know, something along those lines. But with the Judgment card here, this is an interesting card. I'm going to clarify this because this is in the position of sort of like what is like working for you. And usually like the Judgment card to me, you know, usually when I see it on the table, it feels heavy, you know, it feels karmic. So I'm going to... and that typically isn't really working for us. So I'm going to see what this might be about. Okay, so Judgment. So why is Judgment more showing as something that is like good for Scorpio? Okay. Okay. Yeah, wow. Okay. Some of you may be moving towards, wow, yeah, companionship or love, something like that. But it's like there's Okay, so judgment could even mean like separating or something like that, divorce, something like moving towards, yeah, because this can be singlehood. So some of you are like, it's a good thing like that you're considering, like you're in that energy of, well, maybe I should separate, maybe I should get divorced, maybe, it's like, and keeping it secret, in a way for yourself right now. But it's like thinking about like what you really want to manifest with things. Okay. So, or breaking it off with someone if it's not, because looks more legal to me because it's the Ace of Swords and the Judgment card. This can indicate like legalities and things like literally like judgments, right? And those, the choice to do something like that. If it's not about like that, something so severe, it's more like about, well, maybe I want to be single now, or, something like that. I do feel like the Ten of Wands, like it may have been like a very long time. Maybe you've actually carried something with you for a very long time, a karmic or a past divorce that you've held, sort of heavy with yourself or something like that. It's like, I feel like as you are letting those energies go, even though it's possibly been quite a long time for you guys, I do feel like you are moving towards connection and like something that's a solid foundation here. The Four of Wands to me isn't necessarily marriage, all right? It can lead to that, but it's definitely, it's two people, right? That are very comfortable, very well together, right? It's a foundational card. So the foundation is there. So I would say moving towards like enjoyment, comfortability with someone, not in a boring way, comfort zone, like comfort, like it feels right, that kind of thing. You enjoy spending time at their house, they enjoy spending time at your house, that kind of deal. So I do feel like you guys are moving towards more of a romantic situation. Or again, like your child could be getting married, if that's like your wish or something along those lines. But it's like the heaviness of something or the oppression of something, the weight is over is what I'm seeing, or is like about to be. So I would say within, there could be something here, within like 30 days, something like that. But it does feel like it's moving toward your wish fulfillment. So let's go ahead and get your advice card. I mean, if it is about work and career, I mean, it probably isn't, with these cards, but this still could be, right? So like if the love could be like a bonus, something you don't see, coming in. There could be, definitely like a job offer coming in. Let's see what this is. Courage. Wow. All right. So we have this like masculine kind of knight vibe going on here. Like the courage to face the forest, right? Like, I don't know what's in that forest, but you know what? I've got armor on. I can handle it, the kind of thing. So I do feel like the masculine side of you, or if you are a masculine, right, watching this, this is about like, putting on that armor, not in the way of like, oh, I need to be protected, in that symbolic way, more in a like, hell yeah, I've got thick armor on. I can go, tackle that forest. Yeah, there might be some, lions in there, or there might be some tigers in there, but I got my armor on. I got my sword. I can take care of this, right? So it's like more about like having courage to go forward. Okay, and Scorpio, yeah, you have playing it safe here. Here's one thing I would say, all right, is to make sure if you are moving toward a relationship of some sort, not to like lose your natural sort of like untamed wildness of self, okay? Don't just like, well, this is the safe thing to do, or, because she's kind of sitting at this like country club kind of setting here, right? But she's also like barefoot. She's got like this like untamed, red hair. There's fireworks going off in the background. So there's like all these things saying, well, you don't forget, that you are this sort of wanting to run around barefoot and go watch the fireworks person too. Don't get so caught up in, well, I've got to play it safe. I've got to go to the country club. I've got to, it's like, that's, that's not going to be, that's not going to be you. And it's not going to be what you're happy with. So I feel like the energy here is that there's a feminine who shouldn't be playing it safe right now, all right? Should go after what you are like wanting to manifest. And I feel like there's a masculine energy here. Now, again, it doesn't have to be that combo as far as like romantic relationships. It can be any combo, All right. I'm not talking about men and women. I'm talking about energies. Okay. So it's like there's this masculine energy though of needing to like, okay, let me see what's in, what's beyond what I know right now, right? And enter into the magic forest and all kinds of, crazy adventures lie ahead. Okay, so that's what I have for Scorpio. We're on to Sagittarius. All right. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what the message is for Sagittarius. All right. Sagittarius. Okay. I feel like you guys are really trying to keep your spirits up with something, even though it may be a difficult situation. Okay. Yeah, that's working out. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, your card at the bottom of the deck. Wow. All right. So some of you might be cuspy. Also, I see Scorpio here. All right. Let's see, because Temperance is the card for Sagittarius here. Yeah, you're wrestling with a decision. Okay, but I feel like you guys are coming from it from the place of it's almost sort of like that, like, is this too good to be true? Could this really be, I don't know. It's almost like trying to talk yourself out of something that could be really good is what I'm sensing now that I see the spread. Okay. So that's okay. That's actually working in your favor. Here's the thing. I feel like there's someone that's possibly interested in you, but they may feel like they might be a Sagittarius too, possibly, or a Scorpio or something like that. All right. They may feel like, I don't know if I can live up to Sagittarius, or God, they're an Empress. I don't know, if they see me that way. I feel like someone really wants to not impress you necessarily. I don't get like false, like impressing somebody, but I don't know, like they see you as so much that they wonder if they could be enough. All right. For you is what I'm getting. I'm not trying to build up your ego or anything like that. All right. But that's what it feels like to me, what I'm seeing. So I feel like with the Eight of Swords showing, because this is showing in a peculiar place, it's actually showing in the position of like what is working for you. So the Eight of Swords to me is never really a card I would look at as like, oh yeah, that's really working, right? Because it's more kind of keeping your like not being super confident, not trusting yourself, not really trying chances with things, feeling trapped, that type of stuff is what I typically associate with the Eight of Swords. But now that it's being shown in this position as something that is actually working for you, here's the weird way to see this, that I'm seeing it. All right, that's like the way I'm being told like to deliver it, is that it's not that Spirit is saying, oh, it's so great that you feel trapped and insecure with something or anything like that. It's saying that like if you do, like if you're wrestling with a decision of moving forward with someone, or you are just feeling like just sort of stuck or trapped and just unsure in general, Spirit I feel is saying like be that. Okay, because it's like I feel like this person needs to see that side of you, but it's a fine line. We don't ever want to like dumb ourselves down for anyone or anything like that, or dim our light to match theirs. Of course not. Spirit would never suggest that. So it's not like that necessarily, but it's like allowing someone to see that vulnerable side of yourself that isn't super confident, that isn't, always like super nurturing and doing the right thing and, all those types of things. It's like, it's okay to let someone see that part of you. So, because like, again, I feel like someone, or there could be someone, like if there's not someone around you now this might be why. Like, people may see you as like unattainable because they don't see that vulnerable side of you. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing the most here, whether it's someone around you now or if you are looking for, you know, perfect companionship, because this is showing in your near future. Ten of Pentacles is like, and you have the Four of Wands here. This can absolutely be like marriage, a very long-term, lasting, loyal relationship. And it's showing up in the near future. Possibly Scorpio season, Sagittarius season. It could be moving forward in that direction, right? Or happening in that time period. So there's definitely something here about, yes, you know, I'm looking at this like diagonal here of Four of Wands, Empress, and, you know, it's kind of like this, the way I'm seeing it on the board, right? So I'm seeing this diagonal of Four of Wands, Empress, Ten of Pentacles, the possibilities here between two people. But then, you know, there's these minor arcanas of like insecurities and, or, well, maybe I'm, you know, this masculine energy, maybe I'm shooting too high, maybe they don't really love me, maybe this could never be. And then this feminine energy that needs to be more showing. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I feel trapped. Sometimes I feel this. Sometimes I feel that. Instead of always trying to show up as the Empress energy. Okay, that's what I am seeing. So let's get an advice card for you guys. So, all right, so I just pulled the huge deck off the table, and what was left was transformation, well, letting go, and then transformation. Okay, so letting go of trying to, of this kind of perfection, I feel, or exuding this perfection. And again, you know, fine line. We don't want to dim our light, or we don't want to dumb ourselves down. I'm not, but there's no one on this planet that is like perfect, you know, that does everything right. That's the absolute epitome of the absolute Empress, right? There's people that possibly come close to that, or, you know, seem, you know, or emperors, or, you know, that kind of thing. But it's like, you know, this is not a planet of perfection when it comes to human beings, right? So it's like, allow that vulnerability to show and let go of like trying to make everything fit through the door it's supposed to fit, or, you know, that kind of thing. And it's like, that's your karmic transformation. That's when things start happening for you. All right, those were left on the floor. Let's get you one more, or on the table. Okay, and we have positivity, faith, and optimism, and the here and now. Beautiful. So these are, you know, just saying, yeah, still stay in this positivity, this faith, and this optimism, but also stay in the here and now. Use that energy in the present energy. All right, so yeah, that is the Empress energy, absolutely. But it's like knowing that like there's a new start for you. I feel like there's a major relationship up ahead. All right, there's a signpost up ahead. And it may feel a little Twilight Zone, because it might be so like good that you're not really expecting this. Okay, so it's like with this positivity, faith, and optimism. I'm not going to read the whole thing because, I mean, duh, you know, it tells you what it is. Positivity, faith, optimism. But I will hold it up in case you want to screenshot it and read it for yourself. So it's just a matter of like, that's your transformation. That is like that letting go so that you can transform into that positivity, faith, and optimism, and being in the here and now. Don't be afraid that you have doubts. Don't be afraid that you're a little unsure. Don't be afraid that I don't want to be trapped, you know, or something like that. It's like, that's fine. You know, admit those things, be those things, but ultimately have positivity, faith, and optimism that it's not going to be those things. All right. So that's what I see there. We are on to Capricorn. We are. All right. Okay. All right, Capricorn. Let's see what the message is for you, Capricorn. Okay. So we are looking at Capricorn energy, Capricorn placements. We're looking to see what is in the very near future for you, Capricorn. Nope. No, stay there. Okay. All right. Stay there. I will. I shall. Okay. Ooh, all right. So you have justice at the bottom of the deck. Choices. Interesting. Okay, so possibly going through a karmic decision-making process right now as far as like what's my most high vibrational choice, what can I choose, you know, that sort of thing. Or there could be a Gemini or a Libra in your energy here. All right, so let's see. Well, you do have the Judgment card as your first card and Justice here. So there could be something fairly, yeah, you may be battling it out like through work or trying to work something out. All right. Three of Pentacles typically is a card of getting on the same page with something. Things can work more with ease, you know, by like working things out or understand if it's a work situation where you work with a small group of people, maybe there's a little drama because that's what's like showing as like, you know, like a little fight, a little drama, you know, something like that with the Five of Wands, or over competitiveness. It could be someone being very over competitive, something along those lines. Three of Pentacles is about working things out and getting on the same page. All right. So it's very much of, you know, if there's arguments, you know, it could even be like counseling, mediation, you know, things like that. But for others, like if it's work related, I feel like it's more of recognizing what each person brings to the table. And it's like, and doing our best to treat things equally. All right. That's what I see there, because it's like, I do feel like you do have a pretty major decision, right? Maybe some of you could be heading into mediation with these legal cards of Judgment, Justice, and the Three of Pentacles. So, you know, there's that. There could be definitely, you know, be a little drama here with the Five of Wands. But for most of you, I feel like it's more of an energy of just someone is either being competitive with you or there's a little fighting, you know, going on or something along those lines. I do think things will move forward. Things will work out. You have the Knight of Cups here. So it's like this person, if it's been a fight, this person most likely will be like apologizing. Or, you know, we got to be honest with ourselves. If it's us that need to apologize, this could be you moving forward and apologizing. But it's like, I don't know. I get the sense it's the other way around. But it's definitely this energy of what is working for you is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is sincere. It can mean apologies. Okay. It can definitely mean apologies. Or it can just mean like offering communication, love offers, you know, things like that also, like, but in a very sincere way. Okay. So, and you have the King of Pentacles here as far as like your near future energy. So I don't think really much is like changing, like, because the near future energy in this particular reading, not all my readings, but in this particular one, I have set up for like about 7 to 10 days. Okay. So I don't think too much is going on. King of Pentacles is a great energy though. All right. So like if it's a work clash, for instance, it's like King of Pentacles is fine. It means like you're solid. Nothing's happening. You know, it might be competitive. Maybe somebody was giving you, you know, a little competition or, you know, trying to take your job, you know, something like that. Again, reminding you this is 7 to 10 days. So it doesn't mean, okay, you're safe, you're out of the clear, but in the next 7 to 10 days, like nothing's going on. You're fine. You know, King of Pentacles, good. You know, boss is with you, you're good. If there does need to be any kind of apologies or sincere offers of any kind, go for it. That's actually in your favor. But for most of you, I feel like it's more of like trying to come to a like sort of again, getting on the same page with everyone involved. That's what I see going on. All right. Despite the fact that, yeah, there's going to be a little drama here. All right. There's that. Okay. So let's get some advice cards for you, Capricorn. All right. What do we have for Capricorn, please? Not sure yet. One of those was calling out, but I don't know which one. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see what we got. We have, okay, we have increase. Okay, yeah, that could be too. Absolutely. The other thing is something might go in your favor where it's like there could be a lot of competitiveness for a particular position. All right, well then, like, stay in the flow of like expecting it to come to you, right? And you do have this King of Pentacles, so that could absolutely be like an increase of leadership position or something like that. You know, we have this like kind of nice home, right? So it's like that's a really, and it's a cycle card. So this is a good sign, Capricorn, that you are like on an increase, right, to something. You also have this. Oh my God, that's so interesting. You have increase and decrease. So here, we'll talk about this. This is very interesting. You have Goddess of the Moon. All right. So, Child of the Moon makes me think of that song. Which is very High Priestess-esque, right? So follow your intuition. Very clear. Follow your intuition at this time because it's so interesting. This is what's flanking. So you have increase on one side and decrease on the other. So the increase card is very much showing more. There's like gems that are, you know, lining the driveway to this like mansion, right? So it's like, yeah, material things maybe on the increase. All right. But emotionally, it's like what we don't want to do is pour our emotion into something that is not growing. Okay, that is the decrease card. So like material things improving for you, use your like psychic energy, Goddess of the Moon, right? High Priestess-esque energy. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to pour our beautiful, like water is emotions, like in tarot or oracle, you know, we don't want to pour those beautiful, pure emotions to something that's not wielding a crop. All right, it's not even, you know, like there's not even like a little sprout anywhere. It's a desert. Okay, so the metaphor for that, in other words, would be don't pour emotions into a relationship that's not growing. You know, that's a desert. It's like it's not happening, right? It's like that's something that you do not want to do. Okay, so I do feel like things could be like changing for you. I feel like in a fairly profound way. I do feel like you are more on your way toward material increase, but like the emotional front might be, you know, something to really pay attention to and monitor within yourself, that you're not just giving too much to situations that, like I said, are showing no signs of satisfaction, growth, you know, things like that. Okay. All right. So that was Capricorn. We are on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, let's take a look and see what the message is for you guys. We are going to take a look and see what's going on for the near future energy. All right, this is for Aquarius energy, Aquarius placements. Tell me about Aquarians, please. Aquarius. Could be a new cycle, maybe something new coming in. A little flirtation, maybe something like that. Let's see. Cancerian energy. Some of you getting a new car soon or traveling soon. Okay. Oh yeah, travel looks very likely. Okay. All right, let's see. What do we have going on here for you? Right. I mean, you're in good energy, I would say, you know, with the Chariot card. Either that, or if there is a Cancer, you know, the zodiac sign of Cancer that's on your mind, then, well, there you go. They're definitely on your mind. We also have Gemini, doubling up on Gemini and Virgo in this reading. But it's like the Chariot card is showing up in, like, your position. So if it's a Cancer you're thinking about, awesome. That just is confirming it. You're thinking about them. All right. But if it's not, you know, anything to do with that zodiac sign, I would say this is, like, I feel like you are ready to, like, start making some choices on like how you want to like move forward with like just in general, like with your life or with just things in general. Like, I don't get anything specific. I don't get it that it's necessarily romance or that it's necessarily, you know, work and career. And the only thing I would say that is standing out is travel. All right. And I'm not just saying that because you're an Aquarius and it's a stereotype. Aquarians love to travel. It's like you literally have like a lot of travel cards showing up here, right? Six of Swords, Two of Wands, the Chariot card, that sort of thing. And this sort of like manifestation energy going on. So some of you, it's like if you are like trying to manifest like a car or something like that. Yeah, you know, I feel like that could be happening for you. I don't think it's necessarily in the next like 7 to 10 days. Okay. But it's like, I do feel like that's absolutely, you know, something that can definitely happen for you. All right. Just keep being very clear, you know, as toward your manifestation. Stick with it, because the Magician is showing in the energy of like what is like working for you right now. So definitely, you know, that sort of manifestation vibe, all right, that Midas touch vibe is showing as being very positive for you at this time. So I also do feel like some of you may be talking with someone, possibly at a distance or something along those lines. Could be a Gemini or even maybe another Aquarius, all right, that's possible as well with the Six of Swords here. Definitely could be a distance relationship thing. For some of you, like a fairly significant one with Six of Swords. Others of you, it's just like, oh man, do I really want to get involved in, like if you live in LA or something, it could be like you live in, you know, Silver Lake or whatever, and they live in, I don't know, you know, some more southern, you know, like San Diego or something, and you're like, oh, do I really want to date this person? You know, because let's face it, you know, that's like with traffic, a 10-hour commute, right, instead of, you know, a couple hours, right? So I don't know, something like that I'm getting. But I would say mostly like what's coming toward you is the choice or the option, like to move, either literally move, all right, or to travel in some sense. So if it's not literal, although I think it is literal, then I would say metaphoric, all right, but it's like you're moving towards something way more positive. Okay, so you're able to leave something behind, but I don't feel it's metaphor in this reading. Okay, I really don't. This seems because it's very light and freeing. It doesn't have that feeling of, wow, you know, you really need to leave this behind, Aquarius. You know, in like that metaphoric way of moving forward, letting things go. I don't see that here. I don't feel like you're struggling with that right now. I feel like you are in a good energy of positive movement forward, and I feel like you are making some good plans. There may be someone around you also, Queen of Swords, like, you know, giving you some pointers on something or something like that, possibly too. Or if you're interested in feminines, this could be an air sign. Definitely could be a Gemini coming in toward you. All right, but with the Two of Wands here showing up in the center, I feel like the energy right now is about the choices that you make about moving forward. Like, now is time to manifest and have a breakthrough. All right, that's what I'm really seeing. Manifest, have a breakthrough. Like, that should be your mantra right now. Manifest, have a breakthrough, you know, in a positive way. Making good choices, moving forward in my good choices of what I'm breaking through with and manifesting. All right, that's what I see. I'm sensing there's someone... It's funny. I'm not a fan of her, so I feel like there's someone like that's like on YouTube, and it's not me. You know, you know, great if it is. You know, but it's like it's not me. I feel like there's someone on YouTube that's a feminine with like really kind of strict, to the point advice that is beneficial for you. For some reason, I'm staring right at, because I have my microphone propped up on these big ass tarot card boxes, and I'm staring at the name Carolyn Miss. I'm so with her. I don't know. And she would fit the Queen of Swords energy to me, because the one thing about her is like I feel like that kind of lack of like nurturing or that softer feminine from her, right? And sometimes that's good to have like a, you know, a very to the point feminine. But I will suggest it because I am staring at it and I keep staring at it. So Carolyn Miss, that's MYSS. Maybe there's something in there for you to check out some videos or something. But someone like that, I feel like that, like nobody that's going to coddle right now or something like that. I feel like you need good, clear advice, and that's what I'm seeing here. Let me get you an advice card and see what's up. If you do have choices in love, I mean, I'm not really seeing that coming out. I think this is more just about life in general. So it may just be something that's not showing up in the next 7 to 10 days. All right. Right now, I feel like in this 7 to 10 days, you have this cycle of breaking through with a manifestation. All right. Okay. And especially if it has something to do with travel. Okay. Unfinished symphony. Interesting. Okay. And something blossoming. Release and then blossoming. Okay. Yeah. Ah, interesting. So you do have unfinished symphony. And then with that, release. So release anything that, like, some of you may have like high earth energy in your chart or something and have a hard time of letting go of something that you didn't see all the way through. Okay. Like, or Capricorn energy, something like that, that it's like, well, you know, I don't like leaving something that I wasn't able to, you know, resolve or wasn't able to complete or something like that. I feel like this is saying release that. You know, it's like sometimes we have unfinished symphonies, you know, they lay there on the table and then they get discovered, you know, like I'm thinking of some composer, right, that like started some masterpiece or something and never finished it. And, you know, they leave it on the table and it gets lost in time, but then somebody discovers it and maybe they'll put the finishing touches on it. You know, it's like I'm not usually a fan of saying, well, put a bunch of hard work into something and then just, oh, well, let it go. But there's something here that like, that may be holding you back because you have this blossoming here. Oh my God. And again, Aquarius with the flowers. Again, because her whole dress is made of flowers. And how many times do I say that on this channel? Like all the time. So I know it's somebody who is a regular here because it's been a theme like for years, like for a while. All right. Something about florals, flower essences, something like that. I'm going to bring it up again because it's something that you have a talent for. All right. I don't know what it is, if it's about like mixing oils and flowers or if it's painting flowers or if it's, I don't know what it is, but something about flowers for you. All right. But anyway, but for the other Aquarians, there's definitely like this talent that's like blossoming, but it's like releasing something that you still feel you should be working on or something like that. It's like, let go, let it go. All right. It's time to blossom new talents. That's what I'm seeing there. Okay. So that is Aquarius. We are on to Pisces. Okay. All right. Okay. Musical tarot cards. What do we got going on for Pisces, please? Pisces. We are looking at near future. What is up? Pisces. Pisces energy. All right, Pisces. Pisces energy, Pisces placements. What is the message for Pisces friends, please? Oh, all right. Gemini on the mind, or like a pretty big choice on your mind. Oh, hi, Knight of Wands. Okay. Yeah. All right. Ending that. Okay. Yeah. Ending this cycle of something. Okay. So for some of you, this is a super, super clear message. It's not going to be everyone's message. All right. But this is like super clear. Okay. So the Lover's card and the Knight of Wands typically indicate like very strong physical chemistry. Physical chemistry. That's what I'm seeing. All right. So it's like intuitively, I feel like you guys do know, like somebody's coming towards you, but they're a Knight of Wands. They're not like a, you know, a gallant, you know, prince that's, you know, going to turn into a king, you know, and I'm talking about hierarchies here, right? Not like, you know, stupid Hallmark movies. Okay. So it's like, and it's like part of you like know that, but you need to like really know it. Like the Hermit is shining the light on the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is actually in the positioning here of the spread of what is working for you. So what is working for you is ending something, being done with it. So that can mean, you know, this Knight of Wands type energies that you may be attracting, people who just come in for physical purposes, or maybe there's a very strong, passionate, you know, chemistry, you know, physical chemistry with someone, but you know it's not what you want for the long term, then, well, you know, time to end things. Or maybe it's, you know, the opposite. You know, maybe it's like needing to end something so that you can make a choice to go toward what you really do want. All right. So whatever it is, there's something here that's saying, you know, very clearly, like intuitively, you know. So it's like you don't need the tarot reading. You don't, you know, it's like intuitively you know what choice needs to be made. So for some of you, it could indicate like, yeah, I need to go after this. You know, this is what I want. This is, you know, I need to end this sort of should I, shouldn't I, and go for it. Knight of Wands. Okay, like if it's work or career or something like that, or maybe even a person. But again, there would need to be more than just attractive chemistry. Others of you know and need to know, like intuitively, listen to that intuition that someone's just coming toward you physically, and this should end, right? Because it's not, you know, and hey, I don't, you know, don't want to be a buzzkill. Nothing wrong with having it, you know, if that's what you're looking for. But the thing is, it's obviously showing you to end this because it's not then what the majority of you would be looking for. So it's not just like, yeah, I'm okay with having a good time. Yeah, I'm okay with having a friend with benefits. Like, I'm not getting that from this reading. Sometimes that might show up, right? But this is saying, nah, that's not what you want, right? So it's like it's time to end what you know is like a Knight of Wands character that just keeps coming in and out of your life, or a desire for this person that's like never really coming into fruition. It's like the Hermit shining the light saying, like, that really needs to end so that you can move forward. All right. So if it's not about romance or a Knight of Wands character or player or, you know, the physical attractions and things like that, I would just say that right now there's just this, like, you know, you're in this position of needing to make a choice, all right, because like your intuition is like begging you to make a choice here, because the Hermit, the High Priestess, the Lover's card, you know, are all in this like triangle here that I'm looking at, you know, on the board. And I mean, those are big major arcana cards, all right. And then, like, you know, then we have this like Knight of Wands, 10 of Swords. There's something here to like be done with. Listen to your intuition. Let it make those choices for you. Let it make the choice for you that you really need to, like, to make from a place of wisdom. So you do have that ability. I don't feel like the tarot cards are going to tell you what that is. I feel like it's you know, that needs to like tell yourself what that is. All right. And really, really hear it. But we will check some advice cards. Let's see what we get as far as advice energy here for you. Okay. So advice for Pisces, please. What is the advice? So we have Virgo, Pisces, and doubling up on Gemini energy here as well. Okay. Fire sign with the Knight of Wands. Okay. What is the advice for Pisces, please? What is the advice? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got. So we have, the sun. All right. Yeah. Cleansing oneself. You know, it's like that positivity is coming from like this like cleansing energy, and how good that feels. Right. So it's like letting that sun shine again. Oh my gosh. Happy. It's like the key to a new start, right? There's a keyhole on an egg. So these things are symbolic, right? Eggs are about like the birth of something new. There's a key there. Someone, you know, finding that key to new things is what is going to make you happy. All right. And with the sun, that is awesome. Wow. You have success. It's a scroll saying congratulations. So this could be it too. Like maybe something is done. All right. And it's like, it's done. You're this looks to me like single, happy, you know, enjoying success in some way. And oh my gosh. Yeah. A lot of single energy showing up here. All right. We have, in a good way, So like if you're sad over like a breakup or something like this, probably not your reading. You know, you might want to check like Venus or rising or moon or something like that. This is someone who's like they've received this like congratulations scroll of success. You know, they're happy, they're positive. They're in this more appreciative energy. I feel like being able to appreciate your time more and being able to appreciate like the things that you do have, and all of that is what I see going on here. So I feel like you guys are entering into a cycle of appreciating yourself, appreciating your own intuition, and appreciating the high vibrational choices that you are and will continue to make. All right, that's what I see. Beautiful reading. All right, thank you so much, Pisces. All right, I will see you guys soon, and thank you so much. Bye.